A pop-up, strikeout, broken bat grounded to second base, play New York, New York. That was roughly the script 652 times when Mariano Rivera got the call from the bullpen as the closer for the New York Yankees. On this Tuesday, he got the call from the Hall of Fame. And Mo, you're the first ever to receive 100% of the vote. We knew you'd get in. What was your reaction when you found out it was unanimous?
Amazing, amazing. I couldn't believe it. You know, it was. We were gathered with my family, you know, my wife, kids, and when they said that, first they said that congratulated me for the Hall of Fame, and then he says, well, I have another news. I said, what happened? Oh, you are unanimous. Oh my God, everybody went crazy. It was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, my heart was pounding. It was like. It reminds me when we just won the World Series, you know, that type of adrenaline, that type of emotion. It was amazing.
The last 3 outs of a game are so difficult to get. They're not just 3 outs, they're the last 3 outs. And you made them look so easy. We're reminded so often how difficult they are. Mo, what do you think it was that allowed you to make it so routine?
Well, I mean, you said it, they weren't easy, though. I mean, the matter that I make it easy, that doesn't mean that they were easy. Mm-hmm. You know, they were hard outs that you need to have everything that you have. But I believe that, you know, back home when I was a youngster, I mean, since I remember 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, I mean, I wanted to be the boy that threw the last pitch or took the last swing or took the last shot to a basketball or kicked the last ball to a soccer match. You know, I was involved on all that type of games because I remember that we were just fighting to win the game, and we need to do whatever it takes to win the game. So, you know, I mean, I was able to do that. So when I was in the big leagues, you know, definitely different game, but you know, it sounds familiar with me because I mean, it was like I was doing it before. So I mean, I just one thing that I did was I had to make sure that I was 100% mentally and physically prepared to do that, and the rest was just the blessing of the Lord.
I've talked to so many coaches who've won many hundreds of games, 652 saves. And so many of them tell me some version of the same thing. I don't remember the hundreds of wins. I remember the handful of losses. When you look back and you reflect and you remember, are you more likely to remember the hundreds of times that it went your way or the handful of times that it didn't?
You remember always the handful of time that didn't happen. You know, you always will remember those, you know, because I mean, you're so accustomed to do it that when it doesn't happen, you know, you just shocked. You know, the great thing is that you understand that those things are going to happen. Games like those, I mean, for me, I have lost a World Series game, playoff game, regular season game, you name it, you know, and I remember those. But at the same time, you know, I remember those with the mentality of that they made me better, you know, not because I mean I'm a loser or something like that, because I never consider myself a loser.
Right.
But just a time to make me better, a special moment for me to be more focused than what I was, you know, to appreciate what you do when you're on top. So all those moments are part of the game. So yes, you always remember those.
I want to ask you if you remember the last batter you faced as a starter, the last pitch you threw as a starting pitcher. You gave up a hit to Edgar Martinez. That was your very last pitch as a starting pitcher. And obviously from there, you transitioned to a different role. Do you remember, Mariano, back then, if you could have imagined that the transition from that to what you became could have ended up what it was?
Yeah, I know. I can never imagine that. You know, I mean, again, I was just thankful and grateful to be in the big leagues period. You know, I wasn't even thinking about starting or being the bullpen, whatever. As long as I was in the in the big leagues pitching, I was okay. I was happy with it. You know, but the Lord took it to a different level. You know.
The cutter is the pitch. I mentioned the broken bat. I mean, the Twins, I think, gave you a rocking chair made out of broken bats. What was it about that pitch? Maybe now you can give us the secret that was in the sauce that allowed that pitch to be lethal.
That pitch had come from heaven.
It really
did. That's why that pitch was so lethal, because, I mean, I'm telling you, it did. And the thing was that, that pitch was lethal because it has four-seam fastball movement, rotation, and four-seam fastball, it don't supposed to be moving. Well, that one was moving, and it was moving with aggressiveness. It was moving hard and into to lefties, and I learned how to use it. That was the key of the success, that I was able to learn how to use it and place it, and being able to throw it away and into righties and into lefties, and that was it. But that pitch was something special to see it. Not because I was doing it, but it's just amazing.
I want to close with one last memory, and it's one of my all-time favorites ever in all of sports. When Andy Pettitte and Derek Jeter came out to get you. And the emotion, it was remarkable. And I wonder now, as you reflect on that, two guys with whom you shared so much, that moment that you shared on the mound, what do you remember about it?
Oh, I remember everything about it. Just being able to have them there with me when I threw my last pitch, it was amazing. I wanted to have my family, my kids, my wife, but I couldn't. So those two guys there, unfortunately, Georgie wasn't with us at that time, but Andy and Derek, to be there for me, it was just the icing on the cake. It was just amazing. I couldn't describe it. I couldn't, even if I write it, it wouldn't happen like that. It was so profound. It was amazing to me. Still, every time that I see that moment, it brings me chills. It brought me to emotions because go ahead.
No, I just was going to say it's amazing to me too, and I'm an Oriole fan, okay? So, that moment I think had an impact on anyone that saw it, and I think, what was so cool about it, Mo, is that in your office, that little space on the mound, where you were always in complete control, to finally see you have the shoulders slump and to see you in tears because there's a heart that beats inside you, and obviously we know that it beats strong for your family, for your team. But it was one of the most beautiful moments that we ever saw, and it's a treat to hear you describe it the way you did.
Thank you very much, because it was a great moment. Yes.
And today is as well, as you are the first ever unanimously inducted into the Hall of Fame. Somebody was going to be the first. I can't think of a more perfect person than you. Well done on a brilliant career, and thanks so much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much, and God bless. Thank you.